Hi, YouTube. Right now is supposed to be the totality of the eclipse in my area. 2:19 p.m. Central Time, United States. So I'm gonna just leave it to see if the what am I trying to say? If it changes, like the light changes here, or we'll find out. I'm deleting a couple pictures. I was running a little bit behind. Just got on here in time to do that. So, to see if anything's going to change here. But I actually was thinking more on the lines of the special needs of the narcissist. It's like, when you don't overlook their rudeness and that type of thing. Somebody had said something about something like accept Donald Trump. Somebody had said to a friend, like he didn't like the government, and his friend said accept Donald Trump, and the guy agreed. He wrote back, he's special. And I wrote, yeah, like special needs, yeah, you know what I mean. Regression is not a good thing. And if people don't think that other human beings aren't regressed in a great way, back, even with the advent of the internet, there were some great minds, there still is, don't get me wrong. It's just the absence of the yearning to learn stuff, I guess, is what I see as vacant in people. I don't know, that's not even where I'm going with this thing today as far as narcissists. That's, excuse me. Yeah, I was just thinking, they are so bossy, so pushy, and it doesn't matter if they're unjustly doing that to you or not. And I am thinking about that woman that had written me about my son, I did finally write her back, and I said, he could be dead. He could need a place to stay. I said, but when you came here, they both treated me like I owed them something. Now, I don't know, like Doug said, maybe my son told this woman that I owed him something, or that we did in some respect, because he owed her for drugs. So, I think she's still got that set in her mind. It doesn't matter what I say, So I just told her she was being rude, and she was under that assumption from the very beginning. And so no matter what it is. And then I sent a meme to her. Not meme, but actual truth. I'll read it to you. Can't remember it exactly. Even if my son and her got back together, I wish her well. She's been a friend of mine on Facebook for ever since they haven't been together. And I typically wouldn't deny her of that, but however, I am thinking of unfriending her, soonly, because just having to wait even a couple days to know if John's okay or what she actually wanted. I really had just sat down and didn't feel like going to get my phone, my dusty phone that I would have had to wash. It's like, then I could have never relaxed in peace. And really, when you are struggling to stay healthy, little things that happen to you daily, that's a big deal. Taking care of yourself, or myself. But Anyway. Yeah, the last thing I sent her was, and I wasn't rude. I mean, you know, I'll read you what I wrote if I can read it. There's a couple things I ran together, but I go, what and how did you or John ever think I owed him anything? Still, whether for you or him, all you had to do was say, would I not do this? Rude as it is. Maybe he's dead. Maybe he needs a place. Either way, you came here thinking I was in debt to you both. I don't know what effed up thing he said to you, but you are twisted with it all. So, whatever or what the fuck ever. Then I put, a true test of a person's character is how they treat people in their life that they don't need. And it is true. You know, if you lived through with these two people, being she was 42 and a grandmother, and he was in his 30s, and the way these two people treated me in my home was worse than fornicating teenagers all over my house. No, I'm serious. It was so disrespectful. Getting up and down in the middle of the night and going outside. I don't know what they were doing. All I can tell you is my spoons were all bent in my house, if that makes any sense there. And yeah, when people are using, they aren't the most decent people. But she's been sober now for probably 3-4 years or more. So there's just, yeah. So, yeah, I still don't know if my son's okay, but I won't grovel. I can't do that. Not after all I've been through. And I do think, like Doug said, he probably convinced her something that isn't true. And so or she's just that rude. One of the two, she's not thinking for herself. And narcissists won't care anyway. So really it is all you can do for them, whether it damages you or not. And that's where I have to draw the line with some people. It's like, so it's really not my typical mode of operation with people. I go all out till I can't stand anymore. And when they were here, I started fasting. I thought, okay, I'm going to clear my body and my mind out of all these toxins. And I sat in my room. I just told them I don't want to be bothered. Just eat and put your dishes in the dishwasher and do what you got to do, but leave me alone. And I really needed that for myself. And when I gathered my strength, I told them how I felt. I gave them the ultimatum of what I expected in my house. And they just didn't get it while I was talking to them. It's like brain dead, these stupid blank stares. So I just finally said, get the fuck out. In the meantime, while they were here, it was a lot worse than that. They have been in and out and gone to someplace. John came back home. They came back home. Said that somebody tried to kill him by giving him bleach to shoot up or something. And I think they stole a truck, and I mean all kinds of things I didn't want nothing to do with. So this isn't just your normal mom not doing anything for her children. It wasn't like that at all. This is somebody that has taken my car in the middle of the night and went into another state and just took my wedding rings. I freaked out. I did get them back. Stole some diamond earrings and pawned them. I mean, this shit. Broke into my house, him and a friend. Never paid for anything he's broke around here. Doors and, I mean, the floor. He literally pounded a hole through the floor, and I did patch it up, but not as good as it should be. You know, I was hoping someday he would try and fix something he broke, but I can't afford to have people like that around in my life, you know. And if they have drugs on them and they're around me, I'm talking like my son now, or whatever he's doing, because I don't ever know. I can't have that around me. You know, if he's got like meth on him or crack or whatever, and he's in my house, then what? I'm responsible? Or if he steals something or does, I've had people come in my home and pull a gun on me because of him. Another time because of his dad, I had a gun pulled on me in front of my little kids because somebody else did. You know, it's like, wow. So no, this isn't, I'm not just trying to be a cruel, non-caring person here, because I do care. So anyway, narcissists don't. They don't. They don't even think twice. They don't ruminate. They don't self-reflect at all. You know, they can pretend to, don't get me wrong. They know what's expected of them in society. They just feel like they don't have to conform. They have special needs and poor thinking problems or some kind of problems, emotional. So yeah, they're regressed humans. Whether they're psychopaths or narcissists, it's one of the two. Because nobody's just that stupid without the satanic force behind them. It takes special care to be that fucking ignorant, you know? If you know anybody like that. You might. Most people do. The world's full of them, you know? Oh, yeah. It's like I can act any way I want to, is what they're thinking, you know? And there's no consequences for me. And I can have anything I want because I'm king or queen of the world, you know? And that really is how they think. Which is a little astounding, but it's true. It's like a child, but they practice to be that way. It's a habit. They are not born that way. And I know that from my own sons. So nobody can lie to me about that because I know better. They are learnt behaviors. What you've learnt, you can unlearn. And yeah, your body will suffer because you're ill. And that's part of that is your spirit and your soul and your heart. Today, I was wondering, like the howling, if I got on here and the sun was eclipsing, and I wonder if people were gonna like change on camera, you know. So I don't know how long it takes it to go. Like, it's not gonna go all dark here. Just a minute. I'm gonna go check if my window's just like right over here. The sun should be right out my window here, and I can't see the sun or the comet, the devil's comet. So I don't know if anything changes, I'll turn my camera around, but I don't know if you heard me, but there's nothing going on. It was a cloudy day here. It was just pouring rain all night right up until this morning. I'm going to check my weather report. like I knew when the eclipse was going to start was 2:19, and I would say probably what it take like a couple hours or something. I don't know. I didn't look into that part of it. Yeah, I'm just trying to pull up my weather report here. And it isn't working. Okay, come on. Get up. Oh, now it's thinking about it. I'll go over here. I don't know if this is blocking you or not. I have this one page pulled up. It's not working. Let's see. Get out of here. No? Okay. The heck with it. Or maybe I'll try and pull up this other one. Or maybe this computer has been acting kind of goofy this morning. We did get a better plan as far as internet service, so it's faster and it's been running smoother until this morning. Things started acting kind of goofy. I'd go to like open up a page or get on YouTube or whatever it was, and it seemed to just like before, sort of taking its time. But I don't know, like now I have Windows, so I should be able to pull up any window, and I just clicked on my weather for it to pull up, and it's, well, okay, now it's just pulling up that long. It's still nothing on there though, just says weather forecast. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, my pot pies turned out really great yesterday. I made some ranch dressing to go on a salad, and that went really good with it. Cats enjoyed their pot pie. Yeah, it was just good. So, and the key for, I think, for any kind of pie, whether it's savory or sweet, is if you have the right crust. If you can eat the crust on a pie by itself and the crust is just good, the whole thing's gonna probably be really yummy. And it was. So I made a really, really good pie crust dough yesterday. Flaky. I don't know what I'm gonna have for supper. I think an egg sandwich, something simple. But I'm thinking of popcorn. I think I want some popcorn tonight. I like the white kind. I don't like the yellow, the big kernels. I grew up eating that. I couldn't stand popcorn till I started going to the movie theater. And I'd do that a lot when I was a teenager. I'd get on a bus or meet a friend, and we'd go see like a double feature on a Saturday and have some popcorn and yeah, the white kind. I like it. So, oh, I liked caramel corn. Yeah, that could be white or yellow. That's easy to make. Caramel corn is really simple to make. I'm not making anything sweet. I had a Hershey chocolate bar last night with almonds in it, so yeah. And the night before, I did have another chunk of that cream cheese Danish that I had made that I wasn't too thrilled about the recipe. It was better the second day. A lot of times when I bake things, just the smell of the sweetness or the fat or the different things that I'm cooking, it will make me sick. It depends. It could even be like, well, I used to cook pork for people, and I would get ill while I was making it. I'm really careful. Now, I will eat it occasionally, but I don't have any in my house. So, and haven't for a long time, but yeah. It depends. Like, one thing you can't make, if you like it, is biscuits and gravy. You can't make that without breakfast sausage. You have to have that for the right flavor, you know, with the sage in there and lots of cracked black pepper and flaky biscuits, and oh, that sounds good. I'm gonna click off here. 46 degrees today. Light rain. It says 80% chance. Tomorrow's supposed to be 61 degrees and like partly cloudy or sunny. 68 on Wednesday. Pretty sunny. Thursday 52 and rain again. Friday 58. The sun and the moon. Sunrise was at 6:37 a.m. And it's up for 13 hours and 13 minutes. And sunset is at 7:50 p.m. The moon came up at 6:34 a.m. and is in the skies the same position as the sun for 13 hours and 32 minutes. Moonset is at 8:07 p.m. Interesting. Join us, it says, join us in planting real trees to help our planet. Well, thank you for joining me and the thousands I've already planted and the woods I live around because of it. Yeah. These people, it's just like our world leaders and everything out there telling us what we should do to help our planet when they've never helped our planet at all, except for trying to tell everybody else what to do, you know. It's like I've been around freaks, like you give them a piece of gum, they take the wrapper and throw it on the ground, you know, that type of, like, or some freak that I used to ride around with people, you know, you're young and then they throw something out the window of the car. It's like a bunch of pigs. So you teach your kids that when they're little. They drop something on the ground, you pick that up, you know. Even smoking in public, people are look at me sometimes like, what you gonna do with your cigarette? But, stick it in my pocket, or I'll put it out like with the ashes like that with my fingers and smash it on the ground, or I'll smash the whole thing on the ground and pick it up and put it in my pocket in front of them. It's like, and keep your dirty looks to yourself and stay out of my air. You know, go make your own like I did. You know, anyway. So it lasts for 13 hours and 13 minutes, the whole eclipse. They were lined in line, and Venus and Pluto are also in alignment with that. So really, when I said clown show, I was talking about the people that yeah, they're viewing something extraordinary, but every 18 months on planet Earth, there's a total eclipse somewhere on the planet. So it's not a rare occurrence. The planetary alignments are the rare occurrence of the whole thing, and the energy behind that, that nobody controls but God and CERN and the rest of their bullshit. They can't even get a scope on any energy that this is what it really is. They think, the dark cabal thinks that they can recreate the frequency that created life, but they can't. It's like everybody has an individual voice. Well, so does God. They can't combine all our voices and make one voice, because he's so much more than just what is in the flesh. And they're making such extraordinary fools out of themselves. It amazes me that people can be here in the flesh and not believe that there is a higher power that put them here. The evolution thing and the Big Bang. Well, where'd the Big Bang come from? You know, who perpetuated that motion? You know? Scientists. I tell them, well, yeah, explain to me how the first raindrop came about. Recreate a raindrop without osmosis of any kind, and then you tell me you have a scientific mind. First you explain to me a raindrop, then we'll get into the human body itself and everything else that we see. You know? So anyway. So yeah, 13 hours. And right now, the sun should be shining through my window. It just started raining again, so that's not going to happen. But in a weird way, the skies are like gray, like the chemtrail gray. Even on a rainy day, it looks different. So, and we had them spraying the heck out of our skies the last few days. I don't know that they're up there today, and I wouldn't be able to see them if they were. But you never know what they're doing up there. So, yeah. So anyway, it's not totally that everybody's a part of a clown show, or if you're going to see the eclipse or anything. It's just the hype behind it, and like NASA flying frequency rockets in to calculate if there's any special changes during an eclipse, and you know, and it just really makes me wonder, because we do know they have artificial suns and different things that they do. You know, it just makes me wonder why. You know, I don't know. I saw an excellent meme that they were talking about how they can have the National Guard and everybody around these places like Nineveh's, that where the eclipse is going to go across, like the United States and whatever, but they can't have any border control. And yeah, they're worried about people getting out of line during this eclipse. That's why I thought I'd get on here and talk about the howling, and how, let me see if I can remember her name. Sandra Day O'Connor, I do believe is her name, of the woman, the blonde woman that turned into one of the werewolves in The Howling from Stephen King's movies. Yeah. not the best movies. They're pretty funky, but yeah. I watched a pretty good sci-fi movie the other day, Stratum, it was called. I didn't like the ending, though. Well, I'm going to let you all go. I thought I'd just chat for a while. Did you get to see any of the eclipse in your area? And I don't know. I don't feel any changes in any energy. If something does change, I'll let you know tomorrow what I was going through, like spiritually and emotionally, or what I thought about the whole thing. But right now, doesn't seem like anything different. The only difference I sort of feel is with the people that are, I don't know, I feel like if they're spiritual and they don't know who their creator is, like inside themselves, you're susceptible to the dark force, and you're I think people's, where it says in the scriptures that men's hearts will fail them. To me, it's not like you're going to have a heart attack. It's like not knowing who you are and why you're here, and that's how your heart fails you. That's not building walls and being like cold-hearted, narcissistic, dark type of person, but actually being a well-rounded emotional being that knows that and respects their creator. That's how their hearts will fail them. That's what I think. And in turn, that's how people harm themselves when they're not thinking in their right mind, and that is controlled by entities in the ether. There you go, and that's a fact. So, all right, peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. It's either entities in the ether or influences by people that we run across. I see that happen a lot to people. So, all right. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day wherever you're at.